Last question. First of all, I love how y'all perform "Creep." I mean, y'all do great with the other songs as well, of course. But I don't recall ever really listening to that song before you guys performed it. And I jokingly told my friend today that you guys put me onto that song. Like I can't get it out of my head. I love it.
Good.
What's y'all's favorite song to perform though?
For me, it is honestly "Creep." I
Man,
think it's just like it just does something to your soul. Not to refer to that meme, but
What's your least favorite song, Bert?
my least favorite is Tennessee Whiskey, and I will hate that song until the fucking day I die. Dude.
Is it just too easy?
It's
or?
2 chords. Dude, what is he so funny? We made a reel of us playing. I will bash this guitar off the wall, dude. We played Tennessee Whiskey for a reel for some reason. And in it, I'm just like, it was a long day of practice, so I'm just laying on the floor while playing it. And so we posted it, and some like nerdy guitar player guy just like commented on the post. He's like, dude, I hate when guitar players can't appreciate good music. I'm like, okay, Adam, like it's the most simple song on the planet. It's boring.
Right.
Like this guy's definitely just geeking out in his basement, like, oh, I love Tennessee Whiskey. You know what I mean? Like I think I commented on him like, okay, go die or something. Sorry, I can't say that out here. Or I don't know.
All right,
I was waiting for him to tell that story.
That's the guy that plays Stairway to Heaven in the guitar store.
Right. He's probably off the wagon.
Oh man, I also really enjoy Creep. To answer is one of my favorite ones, but I think my actual favorite one is one of our blues songs. It's either like Pride and Joy or Sunshine of Your Love, and I'm partial to those because I sing them and I kind of do lead on them. But like, they're so fun because we can play those songs for hours and just keep going back and forth. It's such a jam, and we use different effects and stuff and just make it sound awesome.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.
Welcome, guys, to the Gulf Coast Music Podcast. My name's Q Steezy, and today's new wave is the SnowDay Band.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us here.
Yeah, man. It's terrific to have you guys. It's a great full circle moment. We're at Sprinkle College. First of all, tell me how you guys came to be SnowDay. You guys are at 6 people so far, right?
Yeah, currently, yes.
Right.
Maybe more coming. Who knows?
It always changes for some reason.
Yeah. But yeah, tell me about the origin or the origin.
Burke, you want to start?
Yeah. So, how SnowDay got started essentially was me and Will actually met our freshman year, and Will was actually the only guy I really knew that played music, other than me. And Will sang, and I played guitar. So we started talking. We would hang out, but we never really knew anyone else that could join us, And then coming into sophomore year, we were talking more about like we want to find more people to play with, maybe start a band or just do this and that. And
How did you guys find out that you both were musically inclined freshman year?
we played ultimate frisbee together. Well, yeah, but we played that together, and then I think we were just talking one day. We were just like, "Oh, I'm from Chicago. I do this. I do that. I play guitar." And he was like, "Oh, I sing." So we would hang out and play, but we never did much. I mean, we would just kind of jam a little bit in him or my rooms, And then coming into sophomore year, I just had a little band over the summer, so I got to see what that was like. And Will and I were talking more about getting the group going. And then we came back, and we found our bass player at the time, Ethan Lee. He joined up with us, as well as I met Liam through a guy named Chase McCard on campus.
Oh, yeah.
So I met him through Chase, through Lambda, and Liam would come around. And then I think I was playing one night, Chase mentioned,
And then one day you said, "Hey, you want to play guitar?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay, sure."
Yeah. And we were still looking, me and Will were talking, and I was like, "Hey, this guy Liam plays. Let me see how it goes." We jammed, and I was like, "Good. Like, Liam knows how to play." I was worried Liam was going to show up and didn't know how to play, and he knew how to play. So we got going. It was me, him, Ethan, and Will. And then
Miles was in it too.
Miles, yeah, I'm getting there. Okay. So I actually went to Mass one night, And that's how I found out about Miles, was he was
Yeah.
playing piano. And I was like, this guy's pretty good at piano. So I came up
Pretty
to
good.
Miles. Tal kind of introduced me. Yeah. And so we started talking. And then he joined up. And he sounded, he was pretty interested. And then it was actually right before I even met Miles. Right when I met Liam. So it was just us and Ethan as well in the band at the time. Just the bass,
Right.
2 guitars, and a singer. And they were having Parents Weekend coming up, and this was my sophomore year and his junior and stuff, and they asked us to play it, and we didn't even have a band yet.
Yeah, there was no
Really?
Yeah, it was just us. Yeah, we never played together or anything, and
That's
Yeah,
incredible.
I got a phone. I was on SGA at the time, and I got a
Right.
phone call from. I had said, "Oh, it's just me and Aiden right now. Like, we can let you guys know." And then, like a week later, Aiden called me and was like, "So they asked me to do Parents Weekend with my band," and I said yes. And I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay,
I was
so
like, we'll figure it out." I don't
yeah,
know.
so
And I think we found Miles like 2 months beforehand, and we had to create an entire show in 2 months.
Not 2 months, a month.
it was like a
That
month
was
and
a
a half.
month?
That was
Yeah.
that was about
man.
5 weeks that we prepared, and we
playing
never played
practice
together.
all the time.
The first practice went horrible, by the way.
Right.
Well, because I had kind of played with people in the past. Like, it's a weird thing jamming with a group of
I had
other
never played
musicians.
with anybody
Lehman never
before.
played. Will had never played.
other than Joe,
And
sometimes.
yeah, other than me and Joe wasn't in it yet. But
I know.
me,
but
but me and Miles were the only guys that I guess were experienced with playing with other people. So it went bad. We were just not playing well. But I understood that, it's going to take time. So we kept doing it. And then in 4 weeks, every day,
it was,
2-3 days
really
a week.
was
Yeah.
every day. I'd
Yeah.
come after
We-
work.
yeah.
We were putting in some serious time.
Y'all need
Yeah.
a documentary,
like
man.
Literally, dude, we were
We
playing.
should have.
We were playing in
Right.
the art room, in the art gallery, in the art building. That's where we set up. I remember I contacted the lady and I was like, "Hey, can we play in here?" And she was
Right.
like, "Yeah, go ahead." And we jammed in there.
And we all had to get like extra gear
Yeah,
and stuff too.
When
We
I went
just-
home, I had to bring all my amps and stuff back, my big gear for
Right.
and
we really made a lot happen with nothing.
yeah, we literally that entire gig. Dan Hadley was super. Shout out to Dan, but he was super helpful with that. He was super cool with
Right.
us, like helped us out a lot. But other than the stage
Right.
and the extension cords they gave us to plug into the building, that was all us. All the music, all like an hour and a half worth of material.
I think we borrowed a
Hey,
speaker or two.
try to watch the knocking.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
But we borrowed lights from Liam's work. All of us, some of us bought new gear. We spent all this money, a lot of our own PA stuff, and we pulled it off. Literally, like the week of, we couldn't find a speaker system,
Yeah.
and then Calvin gave us his,
Yep.
and then that's how that happened. And then on forth, different people have come in and out of the band for different reasons. Some people just moved on to different things.
Yep.
But now the band, Joe ended up joining this year
We found Baylor.
from Baylor.
Yeah, we found Baylor, who's an awesome drummer. Joe's our bassist now. I went to high school with Joe, so that's how. And I've jammed with him all kinds of times. How long have we known him for? I've known him for 6 years.
Are you from the Mobile area?
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
yeah. I went to McGill-Tulane.
Gotcha. Hey,
and-
sorry, just sometimes the mics have.
I got you.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have Joe now, and Baylor and Ray, and it's just grown.
Man, what do you guys think a good limit would be for a band?
3 million. I have no idea.
I mean, no, just because at some point it's like.
We're pretty happy with this number.
Okay,
I
good,
think.
good.
We don't need a bigger stage from what
Right.
we've used so far. It's perfect.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys were to add like another instrument or another whatever, like, what like possibilities could you even encounter after 6? Do you think?
I don't know.
We could. I've thought about not like every song, but for recording and maybe live, if it's a more cleaner tone or melodic song, maybe like saxophone.
That's
which
what I was
Saxophone would be cool.
maybe
I would love
like
to have
almost
a
an orchestra
saxophone.
vibe.
Right.
I mean, we could have some more background vocalists.
Just to flip things up too.
yeah, just like for recording that, like
All right.
the value of the song coming out. It could
Right.
just be a lot of stuff going on in it. You know?
Yeah, man. The concept of a band is something that I never really tapped into. And was it something that you guys were interested in high school, or was it just like you mentioned that you came across each other freshman year of college? Was it something that y'all thought about before and finally had the opportunity in college, or
You guys want want to start first? And then...
Yeah, I had kind of wanted to do music for a while, and in high
Gotcha.
school, I met like one or two kids that had done music and played guitar and whatnot. But besides for that, I never really had an opportunity to jump on it like I did with Aiden. So yeah, college was the place for me.
Yeah. I've been playing guitar since I was about 6, and I put it down for a little while and then picked it back up.
Yeah.
And when I was back in college, and it just I never thought I could cut it like in a band and playing live. I always thought I wasn't good enough, which is that's just how I thought about myself.
Yeah.
Still true, actually.
Yeah, look in the mirror, but yeah, I never thought I could make it, and I didn't think I had like the skills to work and make it happen either.
Right.
And I guess this is more talking about my origins. I'm big in the production. I do a lot of production stuff.
Yeah.
Theatrical and wedding and lighting and stuff. I know kind of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so
You seem to have that sixth sense, especially at the Spring Hill concert.
yeah, I did a lot that day, and I don't know. I just kind of was able to use SnowDay in our live shows as kind of a practice or a
Right.
testing territory for stuff that we do,
Right.
and I'm able to just like experiment with all kinds of lights and stuff and sound, and we just kind of figure it out.
Gotcha.
I got decent enough at it by doing it enough with these guys.
Makes sense. Now, you guys don't have to get too personal with this, but be it with kind of changing lineups over the years or just coming together at some point. Again, the concept of a band is something that I've never, it's a team, but it's also kind of like a collective. It's people, everybody's got roles and insights and voices to be heard. What are those kind of nuance, processing everybody's input? Like, how does that work in a band?
I guess I can start with that. It's not. For us, it started out as fun, and then we had to realize real quick it's work.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
It's not just goof off. We can goof off anytime, but
Right.
if we have a show that's coming up, we have to get it done.
Right.
We got to play for 3 hours. We had to have songs to fill 3 hours, or jokes, or like something to fill the air.
It's about 25 to 30 songs.
Yeah.
Either
Right.
listening in your head to 25, 30 songs, or just in the car.
And we
Imagine
had-
learning exactly how to play every single one of those.
as
Right.
best as we could.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah, man, that's great.
we're able to. I think at this point we're all kind of on the same page-ish,
Right.
but there are little battles here and there
Yeah.
of, I think we should do this, and
Right.
then sometimes it's usually me or Will. We just got to put our foot down and say no, just stop making
Yeah.
it more complicated. We just got to go get through this and
Yeah.
move on.
I imagine it's cool to kind of gauge everybody's personalities and have to
It's
deal
real
with.
good with writing. But
Okay.
if you're trying to do a cover and just move through it,
Right.
it's a little more difficult.
Explain your writing process to me.
Yeah, that's a you and
All right.
Yeah, go
Well,
ahead with that.
I'd say currently, a lot of the writing, Will come up with something, maybe lyrics, or like even, Will doesn't really play guitar that much, but can come up with like a pretty good riff or two, or like he'll be able to transfer what he's hearing in his head. It's just down to the music a little bit for us, and then me and Liam and Joe, even Ray, will we'll clean it up. We'll go in there and actually play it.
Yeah,
No offense, right?
we'll listen to it and edit it
Yeah.
and make it sound exactly
Just-
like he wants it.
And just bigger than everything coming, and then Baylor are coming as well.
Baylor will have a drum piece like ready to go.
Yeah.
Like no questions asked.
Really?
Yeah.
And sometimes though too, it's not just what it changes. Like Joe will come up with something. I'll come in, like I'll be playing a riff in my room at night, and I'll be like, oh, that's good. And I pretty much always record everything on my phone so I don't forget it. And then I'll listen to the next day, and if it sounds good, I'm like, I'm gonna hold on to that, and then bring it in, and then we just like somebody. What's nice about having 6 people is someone always has an idea.
Right.
For the most part, someone always has a bigger idea or an idea
Yeah.
to add on to it. Or
Yeah.
like just enough to keep the ball rolling on it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then sometimes though it takes a while, and then you just gotta let a song sit. You can't force it. You just gotta have to sit on it, and something will come
Yeah.
back to it.
Right. And given that Ray's already made his own songs,
Yeah.
it's
That's super helpful.
you're adding somebody with experience in songwriting. Yeah, yeah. It's how long does it typically take y'all to write a song?
Some songs get done in a day.
Yeah.
Some songs get done. Some songs we've been
We
working
still
on
haven't done
for
it.
a year. Like,
Yeah.
and what it really is I think, like I said earlier, just like sometimes like people are adding on stuff. Somebody has an idea, you know, we'll like if we have like more of a riff, we'll
Right.
jam on it. Like we're making this song called Dancer, not to give too much away, but it's more of a rock song. And like I was jamming out the night before, we started playing it.
That came out as just like jamming
Yeah.
and goofing off.
We'll just keep playing the riff over and over again, and then somebody will come up with something.
And then Will
we'll,
came
like,
in
write
when
it down.
we kind of got it down. Will came in and was like, "Holy cow!"
What is that?
And,
You
and
know?
just started making lyrics to it like
Yeah.
on the spot.
Yeah.
And we recorded that. That was
Yeah,
crazy.
we'll just record them on the phone.
Yeah.
And then you'll have it the next day, and then we just clean it. You know.
Right. Follow that adrenaline. You know, don't let the momentum stop. I think there was somebody that said, you know, the song isn't good unless it's written immediately.
Yeah,
So true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
Yeah. So if it just comes all natural, you know. That's
Yeah.
how, that's a really good song. You know.
Where did the name SnowDay come from?
That's a Will question.
I kept in from it's kind of in.
questions about that.
Yeah, it's
It's not about drugs.
no,
It's not.
yeah,
It's
we
not.
did get that one a
Like-
lot. But no, I just used to keep a list of band names in my phone.
Okay, gotcha.
And, I remember we were just sitting in the art building one day and we needed a name for the homecoming
Yeah,
concert.
we were bouncing around a bunch of different names because we needed a name for the concert.
I really
I
wanted
respect a
us-
good manifestation, man.
I really
Yeah.
wanted us to be called the Green for some reason.
remember
somebody
that
said that to me when we were out. And I was like, that's so good.
And that's also
Thank God
drug
we
related.
didn't pick that.
I think we all have a couple gate kept like band names that would
Right.
just be really cool one day. I know I do.
So how did SnowDay come to be?
Oh yeah. That's it's. I like Coldplay a lot, and honestly, it sounds a lot like Coldplay, SnowDay,
Yeah.
cold, snow. Anyways, it's an embarrassing
Snow
secret.
Patrol
that-
and
Snow
Cold-
Patrol and
It's
Cold-
basically
and Green
all
Day.
of my musical influences put into one.
Just put it in one.
Green Day.
And then we were just like, oh, SnowDay, like who doesn't
Yeah,
love
we
a
didn't even
snow day?
think.
Yeah.
No, I love the
anything.
name.
We're
Yeah.
like, all right, I guess we're SnowDay now, and
Yeah.
we just kind of stuck with it.
It's easy to remember. It's 2 syllables. You know,
yeah,
gets the
one
job
word.
done. Yeah.
It's one word. People get that wrong a lot.
We have to make it snowing though now, and every time we do an advertisement, or just like in the theme of snow.
Right.
It's always
It's pretty easy marketing, to be honest with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Just put a snowflake on it, be great.
Right. The song with Ray being the first of
Yeah.
that graphic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
we
right.
did a Christmas song, which was a lot of fun to do.
That is
So,
ironic.
Right.
Yeah. That was a fun one.
Let's see. What was your last gig before Spring Hill?
We had just played the weekend prior. We went to Troy, Alabama,
Mm.
and we played a gig up there, which was a lot of fun.
Yep. At the university, at Troy University.
Yeah, I saw that.
One of my buddies is president of Deke
Right.
there, and he said they were having their alumni weekend. And
Yeah.
we communicated and back and forth, and we made it happen.
I think it was the week. It was either the same weekend or the week after. We had a track meet at Troy, and I saw that y'all had been
I think
there.
it's
Yeah.
the same weekend.
And I was
Yeah.
like, oh my
The
gosh.
track was still open.
Right.
Yeah,
we
they
went-
had tents and stuff still there.
Yeah.
We went exploring after night.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. When it comes to, is Troy the farthest y'all have been, or
No.
Farthest is Auburn.
Yeah, we went to Auburn and
Gotcha.
played at SAE earlier this year.
and how do y'all book these spots on your tours?
Just really depends, honestly.
It's a lot of knowing someone,
Yeah.
you know.
I think the last two was through me. Like, I just happened to know somebody, and they said, we're looking for a band. I said, I have a band.
Yeah.
And they're like, really? Yeah. And I'll show them pictures on our Instagram, snowday.band on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Follow.
Do you guys have a website yet?
No.
Is that in the plans?
Once
It is now.
Yeah.
once we
Yeah.
get once we get our stuff recorded and whatnot, we'll do like the
Right.
luxury kind of
Mhm.
stuff
No,
too.
Right.
no one's checking out a cover band's website, really, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Although y'all do have some great visuals.
Yeah. We work on that a lot. The
Yeah.
presentation is a big thing to us.
Mm.
But yeah, back to the booking gigs. It's just who, when, what. People ask questions, and we say, yeah, we can do it.
Mm.
But I think going forward, we need to branch out more and start presenting ourselves
Mm.
as, look, we can do this. Post flyers on telephone poles, whatever. Reach
Right.
out.
Is this summer a crucial summer for y'all?
Most
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
I mean, between recording music and getting shows, it seems like y'all are gonna be working.
yeah.
Yeah.
We got a lot of hurdles to jump with this.
I mean,
summer,
damn,
too.
like, yeah, Spring Hill was this past Saturday, and I come back into the IMC, and you guys are already recording. I mean,
It's been a
I
loaded
respect
week.
yeah.
I mean, with the summer, definitely. Summer, there's definitely a lot of pressure because one, now Will's graduating,
Right.
same as Ray. So we're trying to navigate how we're going to continue going. I think everybody is pretty in that same mindset of wanting to keep it going. Just because at the end of the day, we're all really working on this and wanted to make something real out of it. But we all just love doing this. Like we all
Yeah.
it's such a passion thing. Like
Facts.
everyone in the band gets along so well and everybody has the same goal in mind. And there's something just so nice to have.
Yeah.
It's something that's so nice to have. And but yeah, we're trying to figure out how we're gonna navigate with everyone being a little more far from each other. I think we're thinking about just doing rehearsals in Biloxi with Baylor's house and
That's the middle spot.
just
Middle
just
Yeah.
coming out once a week. I mean, that's what we do really. We rehearse pretty much every week, but like once or twice tops, just because everyone's been playing so much. That
Where's your typical practice space?
So we started playing here at the art building at
Right.
Spring Hill,
Right.
and I was downstairs in the gallery. It was too echoey, so then we moved upstairs to the jazz studio.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got really tired of lugging all of our gear across the parking lot, up the elevators, setting it
a
up.
marathon just to get it up there.
We were in really good shape.
yeah.
Oh, it must suck after performing. I
Yeah.
mean, well, at least you're going down, but like that walk back, you
It
know, you
just-
Like,
it was
you
just
want to go
like
home.
begrudgingly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've worked with a guy for a long time, and it's one of my buddy's dads. His name is Will, and he has this old general store in his possession that we kind of have used as a storage building.
Right.
And one of the guys that had a bunch of stuff in there was moving out.
Mm.
And I asked him if we could just like jam in there a couple nights here and there, and he said, "Yeah, no problem." So it's really a cool space. We can drive right up to it. We can leave gear there. It stays locked.
It's our own little. It's what's cool about it too. It's from like the 1920s. This thing. It's like an cool old building.
It's
Right.
an old general
Y'all might
store.
tap into a whole new sound.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
And it's featured in a lot of our posts. And
Gotcha.
things.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
general is
The
what,
general,
what it's
that's-
labeled
Yeah.
now.
That's what we.
I've
it's,
seen it.
it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
it's perfect. It's such a good getaway too from school because
Right.
we used to do the art building, and just when we're there, it's just like away from everything. It's
Right.
just like when you go there, it's just to play music.
Yeah, and we don't have to worry about anybody bothering us really, but also some of the neighbors will like stop by and just check us out.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. But that's our new spot, and we really like it.
Nice.
Especially how we can keep all of our gear there, and all the road cases, and when we're done with the gig, we can drop the trailer there and unload everything.
Yeah.
No problem on the porch. It's so nice. It's so much nicer than practicing here and lugging everything.
Right. Well, speaking of Baylor's place in Biloxi, how did Baylor join the band?
That's a you question.
So I had known Baylor his freshman year of college. He and I became pretty decent friends. I knew he was on the track team, and we would get up to some shenanigans sometimes and just have a good time. And so he kept telling me there was one night, it was right before Christmas break of my junior year, and I got a toy drum set from one of my friends, and
That's funny.
Baylor kept telling me he knew how to play drums. And so he took, it's like a tiny little drum set, and he told me, "Dude, watch this," and he just is going to town on it, and he broke it, and it didn't, it was like a plastic little toy drum
Right.
set, and I was like, "Dude, that was really good." I took a video of it and looked
Right.
at it the next day. It was not great, but then we had the couch party gig that Calvin was putting together
Right.
last year, which was awesome.
Was that Baylor's debut or was it spring?
That was Baylor's debut.
Gotcha.
And we had about a week before that gig with Baylor practicing.
I remember that.
He
Yeah,
learned Everlong.
he did, which Everlong is notoriously a really tough song for drummers. So
It's a good
he-
test.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
he
Oh,
worked
yeah.
his butt off that week on
Yeah.
that song. So yeah, no, that's kind of how it came about.
That's
I was
how
just
Baylor
good
came
buddies
about.
with him. So
Cool,
And
cool.
we were looking for a drummer at the time too.
Right.
But it just kind of
fell into
it
place.
just fell into place, and here
Yeah.
we are.
I feel like and this is just objectively speaking, Baylor's going to be the most significant character on a tour bus ride.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
I get-
Every devious story is going to revolve around Baylor somehow.
It usually does.
Every time we do a gig at like Troy or Auburn, guess who gets bunked with Baylor? Me. Every time. And I don't sleep at all.
Baylor
Joe,
also-
they'll put Joe in with us too.
Right.
Yeah.
Joe just is like, I'm cool with it.
Right.
Baylor will also figure out how to hurt himself every time.
Oh.
he goes.
This is
Oh.
so true.
Putting
Baylor
an
and this-
ADHD person with a drummer
Baylor
needs to be
one,
illegal.
in one night, this happened. He had an asthma attack.
Oh,
he
God.
cut his hand open on a sign. Bad. Oh yeah, when we're going to bed, it's me and Baylor on an air mattress. His hand is all bandaged up.
Oh God.
And he also is like catching his breath finally. And Baylor's like, oh, there's an air mattress. Jumps up and just smacks his head off the ceiling fan. It just gets blown back out of the air mattress. And I was just like, how is that possible? And then I think he cut his hand open the last gig as well. Or I don't know what it was.
There's something about drummers, man. They're just like stereotypically indestructible. Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah, we love Baylor.
Yeah. Well,
It's never boring.
nice. And that's a sign of a great band. So
Yeah.
speaking of creating this brand brand image and dropping music, you guys were recording a couple hours ago and
Yep.
getting started with that. What are the plans with releasing music?
It's Aiden to stay down for a little bit to
Yeah,
do some work on that. But hopefully by
a work vacation.
Yeah, exactly.
Come in for 2 weeks or something like that.
And, yeah, just
like, we do a couple gigs and just record.
Yeah. But hopefully by the end of this year, an album would probably be the
That
big
would
goal.
be sweet.
But definitely,
that's terrific, man.
Yeah, definitely an EP by summer.
Yeah, so
Some
with
of us
more
work full time,
right,
and the others are in college full time. It's like hard to.
right.
It really is a miracle that we were able to do it today.
Yeah, the Transformers only come together in times of crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we make it happen, but
Right.
sometimes if we got a gig coming up, it's like make time. You
Right.
have to make. Not I can maybe do it. It's we have to do it.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.